And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
And this is now today's
Well, it's as
lineup.
friendly as it can be in the circumstances, but you feel the rivalry.
Well, I for one don't think that just because there's nothing resting on it, Peter, a game can lose its edge, and certainly not when you're facing opponents like this. So I hope the players will approach this with real professionalism.
So it's down to business here. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy Saka, I've been praising since day one. Someone who has a great versatility in his game, the right attitude, very clever in how he operates around the pitch. And I think he has the potential to excel in most attacking positions. But when it comes down to it, I'd actually love to see him operate in a number 10 for a spell. I think he could thrive there.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Pedro Neto. And it's Achiampong. Achiampong. And it's Fernandez. And Chalobah. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Achiampong. And it's Fernandez. Now it's Trossard. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Cucurella. Garnacho. João Pedro. Stood up well to him there. Rice, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's João Pedro. Fernandez. And Fofana. Foot in. He could be in here. Ball swung. He rises! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Cucurella. And he welcomes it in. Plenty to aim at here. Obrigado. Rice. And Nkapie. That's gone for a throw-in. Garnacho. And it's Cucurella. Quarter of an hour played. Obrigado wins the duel this time.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind.
And the shot! Chelsea still without a single shot on target. Zubimendi. Chalobah. Fofana. And Chalobah. And it's Fernandez. Robert Sanchez. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And Fofana. Cucurella. And it's Fernandez. And Cucurella. Garnacho. And it's Cucurella. Saka did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Achiampong goes steaming forward. Pedro Neto. Can he get on the end of this? Trossard. And that is as far as they're going to go. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Achiampong. Chalobah. And it's Fernandez. Achiampong. And it's Achiampong. For Pedro Neto. Not the most accurate pass. Not the most convincing of passes. Garnacho. And it's Fernandez. For Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Turns back here, probably the best option. And Chalobah. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now, can they get him away? Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Now it's Garnacho. Fernandez. Fofana. And Chalobah. Fofana. And Fernandez. And he's forced to go back. Chalobah. And it's Achiampong. For Pedro Neto. Fernandez. And it's Achiampong. Now it's Pedro Neto. Now it's João Pedro. Over to the left. Garnacho. And it's Fernandez. Shot a goal! He's missed, but not by that far.
Achiampong really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Timber. Well, anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Incapuyi. And Gabriel. Incapuyi. And Gabriel. Trossard. Achiampong kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. He's looking wide. Now it's Garnacho. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's picked it up out wide. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. Saka with the short one. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. And now they can spring out of defence. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Fernandes opts for safety. And it's Fernandes. And Chalobah. And it's Cucurella. Garnacho. And Fofana. Cucurella. And that'll be the last act of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
Just a quick announcement. And an exciting
What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. Shot, surely! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Achiampong. For Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. And it's Achiampong. And it's Fernandes. Fofana. And Chalobah. And it's Cucurella. And Fernandes. And it's Fernandes. And Garnacho. And he's intervened well there. Saka. Fernandes. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Garnacho. And it's Fernandes. Has a shot! That's got him rattled. Timber. Zubimendi. Now Timber. Now it's Saka. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Cucurella. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. And it's Fernandez. And here's Garnacho. Gets to show off his quick feet. Cucurella receives it in a wide position. He's found a way past. And he shoots! He scored! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
The goal scorer after 59 minutes is number 7, Pedro Neto.
Chelsea have penetrated for the first time.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Played out wide. Looking for a corner. Rice goes short. Great vision.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of move.
Real chance!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Achiampong. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Achiampong. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Cucurella. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Garnacho. And it's Fernandez. And the shot! Hincapié gets good distance on it. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Saka did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Cucurella. And it's Fernandez. Out to the right. And here's Neto. Fernandez. And Chalobah. Fofana. And it's Achiampong. And here's Neto. And he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Achiampong. Pedro Neto has found the net here, of course. Oh, nice touch. Played out towards the right wing. Fernandez. Threads one in, and the flag has goes for a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. They've scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done for the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say...
He's having a shot! Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's trying the shot. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Garnacho. Half an hour gone in the second half. And Cucurella. And here's Garnacho. Rice. Oh, no question, that's a foul. That is ended up in no man's land. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Achiampong. And here's Neto. No way through there. And Fernandez. And he plays one through. Terrific header! They've done it! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Chelsea can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Caicedo.
Number 21.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's found a way through. And here's Saka. And a chance!
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And here's Garnacho. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's Caicedo. Out to the left it goes. Oh, shooting chance! It's a promising position. Caicedo out towards the flank. Fofana. Chelsea moments now away from seeing this one out. 5 minutes left on the clock. Fernandes. And here's Neto. He's being urged to shoot.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Pedro Neto. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Closing. Great chance! He's gone for goal! Trossard. Pedro Neto.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Hangs in a cross. Nice interception, well timed. Rice. Now Trossard. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Tries to pass it through. Can he finish? And we're done. Chelsea proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way, and they are clearly so happy to have won it. Well, how will we look back on that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result